welcome back to the Library of Parthos. My name is Sarah and today is an unboxing video I am super excited about because it's August, which means it's almost spooky season, or maybe it's already spooky season, I don't know. I am a very seasonally inspired person, meaning the music I listen to, the books I read, the shows and movies that I watch are all inspired by what season it currently is. I just totally live into that. It makes me so happy. So it is the end of summer. So one of the things that I love to watch during August is the show Gravity Falls. I've seen it so many times already, but I think there are a couple of reasons why I like it, and it's one of those things that I never really questioned. I just knew that I felt like watching it in August, but a couple of days ago hubby asked me why I picked Gravity Falls for August, and I really had to think about and explain those reasons. So there's a couple of them. First of all, obviously it's a show about all of these like mythical creatures and how they're impacting the people in this town. So there's that. We've got some spooky characters in there. So I'm definitely getting in the mood for a season where we're all about, you know, ghosts and vampires and werewolves and all of those things. But the other thing is the show ends, if you've not seen it, sorry for the spoiler. The show ends at the end of summer. So the main characters in the last episode are going back home because they have to start school again. They were just in Gravity Falls for the summer. And I think that like timing wise, it just really works for August because at the end of August, beginning of September is really when schools are starting again. So all of those summer type activities are really coming to an end. So I just feel like it's a chef's kiss, like it's a perfect show to watch at this time of year. So right now I'm living my best life watching Gravity Falls for the millionth time. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So today we are unboxing Owlcrate for the month of July 2024, throwing it back a little bit. The theme for this month is Dark Reflections. I've got my handy dandy spoiler card ready to go, so let's go ahead and dig into this box, which hopefully has some spooky things in it. The first item in this box is this metal bookmark inspired by Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I read the first Percy Jackson book years ago, like when it was in the height of popularity, and I did not read any more, probably because the movie like wasn't that great. But I have really been thinking that I want to revisit some more middle grade in the near future. I know I did one video where I read The Alchemist and talked about if I thought I missed out not reading that as a kid. So I think I want to revisit those types of videos and do Percy Jackson because I love Greek mythology. So everything points to me enjoying this series and I just never did anything about it. So maybe in the near future we'll revisit that. No matter what, I think it's just time to finish the Percy Jackson series. Next up we have this journal inspired by Grimm's fairy tales. I'm a huge fan of this. There was a movie from the early 2000s called The Brothers Grimm, and it was Heath Ledger and Matt Damon. And I was obsessed with that movie for the longest time. I haven't watched it in years, but I thought it was so good because it was like a really dark take on all these fairy tales and kind of tying them all together. Oh, it was such a good movie. I need to revisit that. But I'm also thinking, guys, is it possible to have too much stationery? Because I am now getting to the point where in one of the cabinets behind me is just a stack of notebooks and I don't use them nearly as much. So maybe it's a me problem. This is a beautiful notebook though, and I think you could probably easily replace, like once it's done, you could just replace it and keep the cover because the cover is really nice. The front does say Grimm's Fairy Tales, as I said, and the back says Once Upon a Time. Next up, we have these highlighters. They are all inspired by different things. So I'm gonna read all the quotes on the highlighters and then I'll tell you what 3 fandoms they've been inspired by. I don't know what lines up with what because I've not read any of these, but hopefully if you have, you'll be able to figure it out. So the green one says, no one will be surprised when I do monstrous things. The blue one says, do not look at the truth of me and then look away. And the pink one says, love made monstrous things necessary. These are from Where the Dark Stands Still, Juniper and Thorn, and For the Throne. Next item we have is this zipper charm inspired by Spinning Silver. I absolutely loved Spinning Silver. That is a perfect wintertime book, absolutely. So on one side we have a crown, and on the other side it is just Owlcrate. So super cute. Maybe I'll put that on my winter jacket, since that's the perfect time to be thinking about that story. The last bookish item in the box is, of course, the Perfect Pairings pin. This month it is inspired by Gideon the 9th, so let's test out how easily this one moves. Oh, that's pretty good. This is like an easy one to move around. Sweet. Oh wait, I think I figured out a secret. Okay, you gotta lift it up a little bit and then it moves. Okay, that's the secret. We'll test that out. So this is I think the 7th pin. Well, July is the 7th month, so duh. This is the 7th pin in the collection, again, inspired by Gideon the 9th. Last but not least, we have the book for this month, which is Sleep Like Death by Kaylin Barron. I read a book by her. It was something about poison. I can't remember the name of it, but I know I included it in one of the very first videos that I did, which was an unhaul. And that book I could not get into, and I hate DNFing books. I really do, but I just felt like the story was very long and drawn out, and we weren't really getting anywhere. And when I just skipped to the end because I didn't really want to read it anymore, and the events at the end just didn't, it wasn't worth what little buildup there was, in my opinion. I definitely plan on reading this book, and I'm hoping that I enjoy it more than the first one that I read. But let's go ahead and take a look at this book. So of course we have the sprayed edges. This time they're green. Front is a beautiful green and gold. That's been one of my favorite combinations on books lately, so I'm really excited about it. On the back it says, looking glass on the wall, who in this land is the fairest of all, which makes me think Snow White. Let's take a look at the dust jacket on the back. The back of the dust jacket is this really awesome reversible cover, which if I didn't love the green so much, I would totally flip it around to see this, but I'm just, this is like the perfect combo for me right now. And then the book itself without the dust jacket is giving wicked. So it says, a wish granted is a very seductive thing. And we just have this design on the back. Artwork on the inside. And the back. So let's go ahead and take a look at the summary on the spoiler card and see what this story is about. I just also noticed it has the ribbon bookmark in it, which is also really exciting. Okay, spoiler card says, in the story, we meet Eve, capable of communicating with animals and conjuring weapons, and trained to kill the dreaded knight that cursed one of her mothers. As Eve gets ready to face him and stop his torment over the villagers, she notices her mother, the queen, acting strangely and talking to herself, and she must figure out a way to save her mother and the kingdom before it's too late. So, sounds like everything that I should enjoy, and I'm hoping that I do when I get to it. So that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for unboxing with me. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.